Check, check, microphone check. Let me make sure that I am coming in loud and clear on the correct microphone. How y'all doing today? Shane Sams here. I am the host of the Flip Lifestyle podcast and the leader of the Flip Your Life community and the founder of fliplifestyle.com. And I'm super excited to be with you this fine Friday afternoon where we are going to talk about finding a profitable membership site idea. Not only finding it, but choosing it, making sure it can make money online, researching it, vetting it, so that you can build not only a membership site, but a better future for your family. Super excited to be with you. I love this topic. I love helping people get started or taking the next step on their membership journey. I'm seeing people logging in right now. I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to get logged in. We've been sending out emails all morning. We are using a new system for reminder emails, and we want to make sure that everybody got logged in and everybody is okay. So real quick, if you can click on the bottom of your screen, if you hover over your screen, you should see a chat box. And I want you to click on that chat box, and I want you to just tell me, one, can you hear me, and can you see me? I will be sharing my screen throughout some of this presentation, and I want to make sure that we've got everybody seeing everything that they need to see. I got yeses, 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 and yeses. That's awesome. Good stuff. And also tell me who you are. Where are you from? Where are you watching from today? What are you doing today? How's your neck of the woods going? Let me know who you are and where you're from. I'd love to give some shout outs here. And let's see, my eyesight is a little getting up there. So let's say I think that's Kiln from Mississippi. Good to have you here. Joseph from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, or is that Arizona? That's Arkansas. Arkansas. We've got Scott from Nova Scotia, Canada. I love it. Absolutely love it. We've got William from Philly. What's going on up in Philly today, William? Good to have you here. We've got Ricardo from Mexico. Man, we've got people from all over the world watching right now. This is awesome. Everybody's wanting to start a membership site. Everybody is wanting to get that idea that's going to help them build that online business, help them get 100 people to pay them $50 a month to make $60,000 a year. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anybody else in here today? Let me know. Just hit that. We got Corey from East Bernstein. I know Corey. What's up, Corey? How you doing today? Good to have you here at today's training. It's going to be an awesome one. We're going to go through this, and we are going to help people find their idea. All right. All right. Tell me right now where you are in your journey when it comes to your membership site idea. If you already have a membership site, you're already making online, let me know that. Tell me that in the chat box, or tell me if you don't have an idea yet. Say, I don't have an idea. Or tell me if you have an idea, if you're not sure of it, right? You're not sure if it will work. You're not sure if it will make money online. You don't really understand your next steps. I want to just see how the room's doing and how everybody is. Okay, so it looks like Vanessa here says, I don't have an idea yet. Perfect. All right, we're gonna help you identify that idea today, Vanessa. Okay, William says, starting my site now. Finally. All right, perfect. All right, so got that idea, still not out there in the world yet, still trying to figure out if it'll work. We got Austin that says, I have an idea, but I'm not sure if it will work. One part of this presentation today, I'm going to show you a couple quick tips that will prove to you, Austin, that it can make money online. There's an easy way to check it to at least give you some direction. There's no guarantees, but you can at least get a direction, because success leaves clues, and we're going to find that out. Ryan says, I've got an idea, but I'm not sure about the next steps. I'm going to be talking about those next steps later. Let's see. And what else we got here? Scott says, have an idea, but I'm not sure if it will make money. Okay, good stuff. Awesome. All right, so everybody's kind of all over the map. Everybody's kind of wrestling with those ideas. That is part of the process, guys. Don't worry about it. You're not alone. Everybody wrestles with the ideas. We all ask ourselves, is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? How can we make this idea reality? It's in my head. How do I get it online? How do I make things happen? And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you do that, because that's what I've been doing, guys, for the past 7 years, is not only building multiple $1 million memberships of my own, but I have literally helped thousands of people through our podcast and through our community start, build, and grow membership sites. We are really, really passionate about membership sites. And we know that if you will just take action on an idea, that you are going to be able to build that membership site of your own as well. A couple more housekeeping tips real quick. Got a bunch of people in the room now. If you want to join the chat, I want to make sure that you're in the chat box. So make sure you click all panelists and attendees. We've got our amazing webinar manager here. Her name's Angela. She's going to be in there taking care of you as well. I'm going to be focusing mostly on the presentation so that I can talk to you guys about finding your idea, vetting your idea, and most importantly, taking action on your idea to make it a reality. And for those of you who may be new to who I am, I'm Shane Sams from the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. I want to make sure that you understand who you're dealing with today. I am just an old boy from Southeast Kentucky that figured out how to make a whole lot of money online through membership sites. So that's where the accent's coming from. That's why I kind of talk funny. That's why I throw out the y'alls. I always tell Jocelyn, be careful. We may throw out some y'alls before it's all said and done. So if I'm not your cup of tea, you don't like what you're hearing today, well, there's a back button. There's a close button. You don't have to be here. I'm not holding you hostage or nothing like that. And but I will say this, if you confuse my intellect for my dialect, you are going to miss something that could change your life, that could change your family's future, because the way we teach making money online, the way we show people how to start memberships has worked for thousands of people. And I do not want you to do that. So don't you judge a book by its cover. And don't you judge me because I'm saying yeehaw. You're not allowed to do that, okay? I'm going to be mostly on camera today. I don't like to make a lot of slides and make you guys look at a bunch of pictures. I just want to have a nice conversation with you today, eyeball to eyeball, looking at each other in the face so that we can know, hey, I want to do this. I want to start an idea. I want to get my membership going. I will do some screen sharing because I want to help some people maybe even vet their idea right here live on air. I'd love to go in and show you how to do this research, grab somebody's idea for that. So I will be sharing my screen a little bit, and hopefully I will not click the wrong button and disconnect us entirely from this webinar today. Okay. Let me adjust my camera here real quick, move it back so it's not right up in my grill so big. And we're good. Now, I will say this, it will be impossible for me to teach you every single thing that I have learned over almost a decade of doing memberships online. The goal today is to help you solidify your idea, make sure it can make money online, and take action on that idea. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, I'm going to help you do that. And then I'm going to give you some information where you can go and get more help taking your idea and turning it into an online business. And stick around. I got some special stuff for everybody at the end of today's presentation. So who here is ready to talk about how to get started with a membership idea? Who's here ready to go? Who's ready to take your idea? Who's ready to make a little money off of your membership idea, or maybe find your idea today? Zach gave me a woo. I mean, that's a Ric Flair chop woo right there, Zach. I love it. You see the wrestling belts back there. I love to get a good woo. I got some let's go, all caps. Joseph says I'm ready. Yes, all caps. Man, we are fired up today. All right, I always kick off with a little story of how we got into this. I think it's important for context to realize, really who I am, and also to understand that normal people can do this. It's not some special thing, somebody on stage, anything like that. It's just normal people can take an idea, turn it into a membership site, and make enough money to support your entire family, and probably make more money than you're actually making in your job right now. So my journey starts, if you've not heard this story before, back in around 2012. I was actually a high school social studies teacher, and I was a football coach. And I used to coach football every Friday night and used to go to work every day, work that 9 to 5 grind, get up at about 5. My grind was actually about 5 to 9. It was flipped because I'd get up at about 5 a.m. And by the time I got home from practice and the weight room, it was 9 p.m. And my wife, Jocelyn, she was an elementary school librarian. We were just normal people living in Southeast Kentucky. We had 2 small children, Anna Joe. My little girl was about 18 months at the time. And my little boy, Isaac, back in 2012, he was around 3 to 4 years old. And we were living that American dream, right? The good life. We had a good job with a steady paycheck, but it was the kind of paycheck that you got paid on Friday and it ran out on Thursday. Has anybody ever had a paycheck like that? Who has a paycheck like that right now, if we're lucky enough to have a paycheck at all these days? But we were just on that good enough path toward retirement, right? You get up every day, ships in the night. You go to work, you take care of the kids, you both collapse, and you get up and you do it again. But we were blessed. We had food on the table. We had a roof over our heads. We had a nice house in a little cookie cutter subdivision. We had the above ground pool. We were getting fancy back there, y'all. We couldn't afford the in-ground pool, so we had the above ground pool, right? And, we were just living a normal life. And, I didn't love my job. I loved coaching. I didn't necessarily love teaching. And, Jocelyn liked where she worked, but she wasn't really passionate necessarily, about libraries. But, it was enough to live, but not enough to get ahead. That's exactly right, Pam. That's a great quote. I'm going to steal that from you. But we were happy, we were good, and we were steady, we were stable. But we weren't really trying to achieve more. We weren't really trying to make an impact. We weren't really doing anything else with our career, with our life. And then something happened that really opened my eyes on how the system is kind of rigged and how the system is set up not necessarily for the worker, for the family person. Kind of broke through the lie that I'd been told my whole life of how you're supposed to make a living, how you're supposed to get by, and how things are supposed to work. One day, I was getting up to take my son to the daycare center. Just like a lot of working people, Jocelyn and I had to drop our kids off at daycare every single day. And, it always pained me to have to do that because I hated the fact that other people were going to be watching my kids and I had to go to work, and Jocelyn had to go to work, and other people were going to be watching the kids. But you know what? That's what working people do. You got to use daycare. And, we had this amazing daycare center where for years ran by this sweet little old lady, almost like a grandmotherly figure in our kid's life. And, and everything was fine. But she retired and she sold the daycare to some people that worked for her. And we thought, hey, everything will be okay. Everything will be all right. Everything will move forward. And it'll be the same as it was before. But things changed so quickly, we couldn't really keep up with it at the daycare center. The way they did things, the way kids were dropped off, and also just things that were happening inside the daycare center that we would later find out. Over the months after this transition happened, Isaac's behavior, my son, started changing. Now, remember, he's not verbal very good at this time. He's about 3 years old. But we definitely noticed some changes. One change was he stopped wanting to go into bathrooms. He would not go into the bathroom at home. We couldn't figure it out, but we thought, hey, we're potty training. We're parents. We're new at this. We don't know how to potty train. It's the first time we've ever taught anybody how to poop in the toilet, right? We don't know what we're doing. And so we thought, okay, this is potty training. And then my son became extremely afraid of the dark. He would not go into a dark room. He would be terrified of, he'd turn a corner and see the lights were out and run away, really, really scared. And one day, as I was going to the daycare center, my son started being like really agitated, really freaking out. He didn't want to go inside, but again, thought he didn't want to leave daddy. Thought he had a little separation anxiety. Thought this is normal. And this got worse and worse and worse over a few weeks. And finally, one day, as I'm trying to pull Isaac, it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm standing there in the middle of the parking lot, and I'm trying to get him inside, and I've got to get to work because I've got kids waiting on me. And Jocelyn and I worked at different schools on opposite ends of the county. And, she used to take our little girl, and I used to take Isaac because they were in different daycare centers. And as I was pulling Isaac out, Isaac's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I'm like, what's wrong? Why don't you want to go? And he just out of nowhere said, she hurts me. I said, what? He goes, she scares me. She hurts me. She scares me. She hurts me. And I knew something in that moment was really, really wrong. And I would find out later that there were a lot of horrible things happening inside. The daycare workers were mistreating a lot of the kids in a really, really vicious way. We would find out through putting some pieces together that Isaac was actually being locked in a bathroom for God knows how long, maybe hours at a time in the dark, whenever he would have a potty training accident. And they were doing this to punish my son so that he would try to be so scared of having a potty training accident they wouldn't be able to deal with it. And this was traumatizing him. But again, this transition happened so fast. We didn't know what was going on. We would later find out through the news, actually, that one of the workers there to punish kids would throw them down on the ground and put a beanbag chair on them and sit on them until they would behave. And, so all these things were happening. But in this moment and that morning, I knew, oh my gosh, I can't leave my son here. Someone's hurting him. But at the same time, I'm a good employee, and I've got I've got a responsibility, a legal responsibility. If something happens to those kids in the classroom, it's going to be on me. And I couldn't get a hold of my principal, and I couldn't get a hold of my wife, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody else in my family. And I didn't know what to do. Here I am stuck in this parking lot. Isaac's screaming. He's trying to tell me all these things that are happening about how, and I don't know what's going on. So I went to my daughter's daycare center at this time, and I begged them to watch Isaac while I ran to work, got a hold of somebody, and came back. And but they were not licensed or something to watch kids over a certain age. That wasn't what this daycare was for. But one of the ladies had actually kept Isaac when he was a little baby, and she said, "You can do it, but you have to come back." And I'm like, "Thank you so much." And so I got my car and I ran to work. I got somebody to watch my classroom, and I ran down to my principal's office to tell my boss, "Hey, I got to go back to this. I got to deal with this today. I wanted to be a good employee. I wanted to come here and tell you this." And the main principal wasn't there that day. It was this other lady who was kind of filling in as a principal while they were filling a spot or something. And, I went in, I told her the same story that I just told you. Now, how would you have reacted to this? Tell me in the chat, like if you came in and someone told you this, like, would you help them? Right? Like if this happened to you, would you want your boss to help you? Like, let me know how you would want someone like to handle that in the chat box. And, I was hoping that my boss would understand that this person would cover my classroom, get me a sub, do something like that. And she actually took off her glasses and laid them down and looked up at me like basically with this really cold look. And she said, "Mr. Sams, is your son in immediate danger? It sounds like you got him out of danger, right?" And I said, "Well, I mean, he's not in immediate danger right this second, but I just found out something crazy that's going down, and I got to go get to the bottom of this. And this place can't keep him longer than, they told me. They're doing me a favor right now." And she said, "Well, here's what I think. If your son is not in immediate danger, then you need to finish out your work day, and you need to take care of your personal problems after work. I know your son needs you, but you have a career, and your job needs you too." And at that moment, I felt so frozen and stuck. And I said, "Well, what happens if I leave?" And she said, "You'll be written up, and we'll have to deal with it. I mean, that's derelict of duty. You're leaving your classroom. I can't, you could get in trouble for that." And I said, "Well, I'm going to have to get in trouble for that." And I left that day, and I took off. And here I am. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to get fired. I don't know what's happening. And I went into I went out to the parking lot. I got in my car, and I said, "I'm out of here." And I turned the key in the ignition. I drove out, and I'm driving back home. So it's about 20 minutes to get back to my son. And I remember on that way back on the interstate, I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I became furious. I became angry. I became so mad, but not at the person who made this mistake at the daycare center. Like, I truly believe that it wasn't out of maliciousness. I think it was out of ignorance that they made this horrible mistake in the way they were treating these kids, because they didn't really want to do it. And not even at this person who wanted me to stay at work when my son really needed me, right? I was mad at myself. I was really, really angry at me. And I looked myself dead in the eye, and I let myself know I was mad at myself. And the reason I was mad at myself is because I realized I had made a horrible mistake. I had given someone so much control of my life. I had made this horrific trade of my freedom for what? A steady paycheck, a little bit of health insurance, the American dream, the mortgage, the 2.2 cars, the 2.2 kids, the pool with the decor, and I told myself that's not a trade I ever wanted to make again. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I made a promise to myself right there in that car that I would find a way where I would never be in that situation again. I would find a way to take total control of my life and give my family a future they deserved. I would become self-employed, and I would stay self-employed, and I would never be in this situation again. Now, it didn't happen instantly. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no clue at all how I was going to make this happen. But I realized that true security, true stability, you know, a true future for my family was in my hands, and I had to take control of that destiny. So I went out on a mission to find a way to make a living somehow without having to rely on an employer. Okay. Now, a few months go by, I start researching things, businesses, different kind of models. We look at everything. We look at MLMs and we realize they're a scam. We look at brick and mortar businesses and we realize, oh crap, you got to pay rent, and we don't have enough money to start a brick and mortar business. And we start just exploring options to find a way to make some money online. And one day I was in the car and I looked over at my wife. I was really dejected. I'd been looking out the window. She was driving, and I looked back at her and I just had this idea. I said, you know what would be cool? It would be awesome if we could get 100 people to send us $50 a month. My wife looks over at me like I'm insane, and she says, what? I said, yeah, like think about it. If 100 people would send us $50 a month, that would be $5,000 a month. And if we made $5,000 a month, that'd be $60,000 a year. That would be like more. That would be like more than what we make now, basically, what we bring home, right? And all we would need is 100 people to send $50 a month. And I'm like, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Like 5 billion of them are on the internet. Like surely somebody, there's 100 people out there. I know something that I can offer somebody that they'd send me $50 a month. And she said, how are you going to do that? And I said, I don't know. I'm going to try and figure it out. And then a couple months go by. And one day I was listening to a podcast called the Smart Passive Income Podcast with Pat Flynn. And Pat Flynn was talking about how he had created an ebook. And this ebook was like a study guide for a test. It was just information. It was a PDF. And he sold this thing for like $49 or something like that to people who followed him on this blog, right? And then he talked about launching this ebook and how he got like so many people to pay him $49 a month, and it made almost $9,000. And I hit the brakes on that lawnmower and almost drove it off of this little cliff in my backyard, started fishtailing, and said, oh my goodness, this is it. This is how I can get 100 people to give me $50 a month. I can go back to my God-given talents. I can go back to my God-given experiences. I can come up with some way that I can serve and help someone else with this knowledge, with this wisdom, with this information, or teach them how to do something, and then I can sell it to them and they will pay me, and all I gotta do is email it to them. That's it. All I gotta do is deliver it over the internet. And that was my epiphany of how I was gonna get 100 people to give me $50 a month to make $60,000 a year. So I go in, I tell Jocelyn this. A couple months of failure and trial and error go by, and we finally put together our first true membership site. It was called elementarylibrarian.com. We actually sold that business back in 2017 for like $1.1 million on a contract. And we started this business where we were going to do PDF lesson plans for elementary school librarians all over the world, and we would charge them for each month, right? So you want August, come pay for it. September, October, November, we would just charge you monthly, and we would send you the lesson plans for that site. That was our God-given experience. I realized that I could sell playbooks to football coaches, right? I could charge them a monthly membership. I'd put new videos in every single month. Maybe we even meet together for live clinics. And we created these information-based memberships that were led by us. We blogged, we became bloggers, we became podcasters, and we started doing content. And lo and behold, we started building a little bitty email list. By August, I think, of 2012, we had built a little email list of about 200 people, 250 people, something like that, on elementarylibrarian.com. Jocelyn launched her first month of memberships, first month of lesson plans. And that very first email to that very, very small list, just based on an idea that we had for this product, we made $2,600 with the very first email. The first moment we launched this information product. The next month, it was $3,600. And it kept growing every single month as we started selling these every single month. Finally, in July of 2013, we made $15,000 in a single month. In August of 2013, we made $36,000. And then on September 27th, 2013, because of our monthly recurring product, because of these memberships, because of these information products, We walked in and quit our jobs in the same office. In the same office, that person told me, no, you cannot go to your son. I walked in and said, goodbye. I'm never going to work for anybody ever again. I'm in charge of my life. We are in charge of our destiny. And when our son or our daughter needs us, we will be able to be there for them. And that is all possible because of this monthly recurring revenue, this membership site, because we took our idea, we created something, and we put it out into the world for people to buy. And that's how we have been building our business ever since. And I'm about to show you how you can get that God-given idea out into the marketplace. You can get those God-given experiences, turn them into a product, and get it out into the marketplace. I'm even going to show you live. I'm going to research a few of your ideas live and show you how to vet your idea to make sure that it can make money on the internet. But I want to close up this little story with something that actually just happened last year. In March of 2019, my son was over at his babysitter. He was at his nanny, his grandmama. He calls her Mimi, right? And they were hanging out and they were jumping on the trampoline. And Isaac was bouncing up and down on the trampoline and he tried to do a front flip. Okay. Now his sister is a cheerleader. She's an elite cheerleader and she can do all kinds of back handsprings and cheerleaders and all this stuff, right? But Isaac was bouncing up and down on this trampoline and he didn't quite make it around, and he landed really hard on the back of his head and his neck, and it really hurt him, and he was hurting really, really bad. And he goes, oh man, my neck. And we thought he got a stinger. You're a kid, you flip and you get hurt. I get a call. I come in, we take him in, we x-ray him, and they come in with a neck brace. And they say, listen, don't freak out here, but we think we see a break in one of Isaac's vertebrae. He's got a break right here. And if this is this vertebrae, it could stop his breathing and paralyze him. Okay. So now I'm froze. I'm freaking out. Isaac goes, what's wrong? And he starts crying. They put this neck brace on him and we take him to the emergency room. They put him on this backboard. They strap him down. He's freaking out. We wheel back into this room. We're trying to get him into CAT scans and MRIs, and there's doctors and nurses freaking out because this is a young kid and they think he's broke his neck. And I call Jocelyn. She meets us there. Jocelyn walks into the emergency room and she passes out. She literally looks at Isaac and goes, it's okay. Woo! And she just faints. And I'm standing in the middle of an ER room looking left, and my son's going, where's my mom? Because he saw her drop. And I see Jocelyn on the ground, and now nurses are rushing in to get her on a second gurney. And I'm on one side and she's on the other. And I just turned around. I just went like this. Just turned around. I just took a deep breath. And I turned back around and went, what's going on? This is crazy. And this is like 3 or 4 hours of this. And finally, we get the test and we do the things. And they come in and they're like, okay, false alarm. We've got better readings now. He's probably just really strained his muscles in his back, and he's okay. Everything's going to be okay. They start unstrapping Isaac, and they get Jocelyn up and get her a Coke so that she can get some blood sugar in her. And all these things are happening. And Isaac gets up. He's like sweating and tired, and I hug him, and we hug Jocelyn, and everybody hugs, and okay. And then we're walking back out to the car finally, like 4 hours later. And I put Isaac in the back seat of the car, and I said, you okay? And he said, yeah. And I get back in the car, and I look up in the rearview mirror, and I catch Isaac's eye, and he just kind of looks at me and kind of like nods, and I look back at him, and I kind of nod. And then I caught my own eye, my own reflection in the rearview mirror, and I realized that was it. That was the moment that I had wanted when I raged out of that principal's office 9-10 years ago. Earlier in the day when I got that call, I had settled in for a day of work. I had things to do. I was checking email. I was making podcasts. I was doing all the things that I do for my online business. But when I got the call, I dropped everything, canceled my whole schedule, didn't show up for anything. And I was there for my son when he needed me. And that's the true power of online business. That's the true power of having a membership site where you're not required to be there all the time, is it gives you control and freedom over your life to be there for what matters most. So we will talk about money. Money makes the mission possible. We will talk about getting a lot of members and having stability and creating passive income. But I just wanted you to know that story, that's why we're so passionate about finding your idea. That's why we're so passionate about choosing your idea. That's why we're so passionate about taking action on your idea and actually creating something that gives you freedom and control over your family's future. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from as I teach you this today. All right, so let's start talking about ideas. All right, let's start talking about the actual idea for your membership site. I do see some questions in the chat box right now. I'm so appreciative of your questions. I will take time. I'll stick around as long as you need me to be here to answer all of your questions. But I would love for you to put your questions in the Q&A box while I'm teaching so that I can come back to them. And that way, I don't want to get herky-jerky and stopping right in the middle of every single question, but I do want to answer all of your questions, okay? So make sure that you're putting your questions in that Q&A box. If you hover over your screen and you reach down to the bottom, you can hit Q&A. And Angela, if you see any questions that are in the chat, maybe you could copy and paste them over into the Q&A with their name. But if you want to go and ask any questions right now, any questions about my journey, any questions about yours, put them in that Q&A box, and I will have a Q&A as we go along. And real quick, before I get started too, like, that's my why. That's why I do what I do. What's your why for wanting to change your life? What is your why? Tell me in the chat. You all discuss it. Hang out. Angela's going to be talking to you, but I want to hear your why. Why do you want an online income? Why do you want to make a difference? Why do you want to have a membership that gives you influence over people all over the world, all over the internet? Tell me your why in the chat right now as we get started, okay? All right, first of all, let me tell you about the power of memberships. Memberships are the only online business model that we are even involved in. We've tried them all. We've done affiliates, we've done ads, we've done course sales, we've done coaching, we've done everything else. But memberships are the best. Memberships are the best way to build a stable, predictable income for your family that you can count on every single month, every single year to support your family, keep you warm, dry, and fed, and give your family a better future. There's three real reasons for that. One, they're really easy to sell. It's really easy to sell a monthly membership. Everybody's used to monthly memberships. We all have Netflix. We all have Disney Plus. We all pay our rent. We all pay our water bill. We all pay different things. So it's really easy to sell a membership because people are used to paying monthly to get access to something that can help them and can serve them well, okay? So they're really, really easy to sell. The prices stay lower. You can keep them cheaper. You know, some gurus out there will tell you don't sell anything under $1,000, but hey, here's the deal. It's hard to sell somebody on $1,000. And a lot of people don't have $1,000 up front. And if you want to serve people and you want to help people and you want to sell things, that lower price for a monthly membership really, really works out good. Okay. The second reason is they're super easy to scale. I mean, whether I've got 1,000 people or 10,000 people, my membership really functions, the same. I tell people a lot, if you'll just get 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make $60,000 a year, you can change your family's future. But if you get 200 people, it's not going to be a lot more work and you're making $120,000 a year. In fact, if you go get you about 1,000 people, you could paying you $85 a month, which is still not a huge amount every single month for somebody that really wants the information and wisdom that you have. That's $1 million a year. So you can scale memberships without having to scale effort and work that you're putting into it. And also, it makes it easy to serve. One of the great things about the membership model is you're not just giving people a course and getting rid of them, right? Or you're not spending all your time with one person and that's the only person you can help. You can serve so many people. We have members in every U.S. state and like 36 countries all over the world inside of our Flip Your Life community membership. And we help people from everywhere start, build, and grow memberships from every walk of life and every niche imaginable. We've got people farming and working with sheep and goats. We've got people raising chickens. We've got people doing accounting. We've got people helping people in the stock market. We've seen so many different memberships, and we're seeing all this service and this mission happen out there. You can really, truly make an impact, not only in your home, but in the homes of other people. So memberships are easy to sell. They're easy to scale, and it makes it easy to serve and make a true impact out in the world. And all you really need to start a membership site is an idea. You just have to have an idea, and you've got to find your idea that you can latch onto. Now, I'm not talking about some, fly, high in the sky, pie in the sky, passion project. I mean, my passion is laying on the beach in my flip-flops while people fan me and feed me grapes. That's my passion. How do I do that as a membership site? That's ridiculous. You're not going to be able to do that. How do I? My passion is being a guru who lays on a Lamborghini, that he rented last week at, Enterprise. No, that's not possible. You're not going to build a membership site. It's about using your talents and experiences that God has given you to create something that can serve other people. Okay. So that's what we want to talk about today, is find that idea. And then I want to help some people in this room with their idea live and see if we can vet it to see if, hey, this has a chance to make some money online. Those are the 2 steps that you've got to really do if you're going to be able to make it work. All right. So 1, let's talk to the people who maybe have not settled on an idea yet. All right. Not settled on an idea yet. Let's talk about how you find your idea. Most membership sites start from God-given talents or God-given experiences, right? Like, your life is valuable. The time you have spent on this earth is valuable, and you want to tap into that unique life experience and those unique skills and gifts so that you can go out there and you can serve other people and they will pay you in return. Let's talk about talents. In the Bible, it says that God gives everybody talents. He makes some people engravers. He makes some people carpenters. He makes some people talkers. He makes some people preachers. He makes some people blue collar. He makes some people white collar. He makes some people, that are good with their hands and fixing things. He makes other people good with their hands to draw things, right? Like, everybody has God-given talents. These are the things that you like to do. These are the things that that innately come out of you and that you are drawn to in the world. These are probably things that you can easily identify, and they can 100% be turned into an online membership. Now, take a guy like me. I don't know how to draw a lick. I'm not an artist. Like, if you gave me a picture, a piece of paper and a pencil, you might get a stick man back if you're lucky, right? So I am not going to be able to be like some art guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a football coach, so I leaned on football. I was talented at calling plays, so I created play calling materials, right? But one of our members, his name is Evan Burse. He was a talented artist, all right? I'm talking world talented at this. And he actually worked for Marvel. Like, he actually drew the Incredible Hulk cartoon. Like, imagine how good you got to be to get a job at Marvel and then draw the Incredible Hulk and basically become second in command of a Marvel franchise, right? The comic book company, the movie company. So Evan had started drawing on YouTube, and he started building a little following, but he wasn't really making any money. And he came to us and he said, hey guys, do you think that I could turn my talent for drawing into a membership site? I love my job, but man, I got to go work 80 hours a week. I'm tired. I don't really feel like I'm getting the respect I deserve at work from my superiors. And, I just want to go in and I want to be able to, I want to teach people how to draw superheroes, right? And you wouldn't think that you could make a business out of teaching people how to draw superheroes. Like, maybe teach them how to draw, art school, whatever. No, this was specifically how to draw superheroes, right? So we worked with Evan and we set up a membership site for him. He launches this membership site. He goes out and makes like $30,000 in the first month on this. And he builds this amazing recurring revenue base. And he creates this membership called thecartoonblock.com, which you can go check it out. And wouldn't you know it, he turned around and he got his 100 people to pay him $50 a month and got his 200 people, whatever. And then all of a sudden he quits his job at Marvel and he takes total control of his life. And he's been self-employed online ever since 5 or 6 years ago, right? So you have talents. There are things that you can do better than a lot of other people. You don't got to be the best at it. I'm not talking about LeBron James. Like, you don't got to be LeBron James to teach a kid how to play basketball and charge lessons for it, right? You don't have to do that. So you have talents that make you specially gifted in some area that you could use to serve other people. That's the first place that great ideas come from for a membership site. The second one is experience. And this is actually the one that we see the most to be the most successful. These are things that you know how to do, things that you've went through in life that other people might want to use, might want to learn, might want to join. Jocelyn was an elementary school librarian. So she sold library lesson plans. She had experience creating these lesson plans, and she sold them to other librarians who needed more lessons, who needed these things, maybe new librarians who didn't know how to make a lesson plan. She knew how. That's what she sold. I was a football coach, right? And I knew how to run the 3-5-3 defense. That was the defense I had experience with. So I created a playbook, I created videos, and guess what? Other coaches wanted to learn how to do that, and they wanted to go out and start their thing. Now, was I the most experienced football coach on the planet? No. Bill Belichick, Super Bowl winner. You'd think everybody wanted to learn from him. Nick Saban, Alabama, legend, football coach, right? No, I was Shane Sams. I was a defensive coordinator in Southeast Kentucky. My first year as a head coach, I went 0-10. I was definitely not a Super Bowl winning coach, right? But I figured out how to go from 0-10 and 8-2, right? I figured out how to go from miserable more Friday nights than not to happy more Friday nights than not. And all I had to do was find coaches a little behind me in experience, a little behind me in the journey, and reach back and pull them forward with my playbooks. So you don't have to be the world's leading PhD in the world. It's like that old joke when you're running from a bear, right? I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just have to be faster than the other guy running from the bear, right? And then if I'm a little bit ahead, I can pull him forward and save him from the bear. And people always say, well, who would pay me for that, right? And here's another analogy I like to say. If you're in the middle of the desert and you break down with a flat tire and you don't know how to change a flat tire, and a guy rolls up in the truck and says, I know how to change that flat tire, I'll do it for you for $25. You're not going to say, would you please pull out your Ford Motor mechanic card and prove to me that you are working for Elon Musk on SpaceX rocket to Mars? Because if you're not the best mechanic in the world, I will not let you touch my car. No, you're stuck in the desert. You need help. You have a problem that needs solved, and this person can solve it. You'll pay them. You might give them the car once you get back to civilization. You will pay them to solve the problem. And that's what will happen with you. If you find your God-given talents, and you trust that you've got them, and you go out and think about your experience, whatever it is, you can create a membership site. There are other people behind you in the journey, and they will pay you for your leadership and guidance through their problems if you have the solution, okay? So does that make sense to everybody, right? Everybody here, I want you to tell me yes, because this is true. Does everybody here agree with me? You do have God-given talents and or experiences that you can lean on to serve other people. And remember, you only need 100 to pay you $50 to make $60,000 a month to go out and build a membership site. That's what I like to see. I like to see people believing in themselves and knowing everybody. The Bible says it. It's got to be true. The Bible says you've got God-given talents. Everybody has talents. You have experiences. If you are alive and breathing, you had experiences over the last X years of your life, and somebody needs that wisdom. Okay, somebody needs that wisdom to help them. Okay, the next question you got to ask. That's step one. I'm gonna put that in. Angela put this in the chat. Step one: identify your God-given talents and experiences. There's something that you can teach to other people. Okay. Now, I want to help somebody do this who has an idea, just to show them how to do this. I'm going to walk through some steps to make sure that your idea can make money online. Now, it only will make money online if you do the work. If you roll up your sleeves and you put in the work, if you open your wallet and make some investments in yourself and the tools that you need to make it happen, that's what will make it work. But there are ways to understand if your idea can work. Success leaves clues. And if we follow the clues, we're probably going to be able to follow the clues to the money in the membership. Okay. So let me show you how you're going to research this. So everybody who has an idea, put your idea in the chat box right now. The best way I've ever found to do this live is that for some ideas. So I'm going to wait for a few ideas to pop in here. Let's see. I see a couple ideas here. Online fundraising. That's a good one. Probably do another one. Book club. Be more specific, Becky. What kind of book club? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Yoga teacher. Vanessa, that's a good one. I actually just talked to 2 yoga teachers last night who have 740 members in their yoga and Pilates membership. They're called the Merrymaker Sisters, and they'll be on one of my podcasts soon, teaching math. Yeah, we've got tons of people doing that. Breast cancer, resiliency. Let's see, basic adulting skills. Okay, good. I can do a couple of these, right? So I'm going to show you 2 quick ways. I'm going to take this first one online. We'll take fundraising. We're just going to call it fundraising, Ryan. I'm going to make it a little more generalized, but fundraising for charities and churches will work as well. I'm going to share my screen real quick. All right, well, let me tell you how to do this first, okay? There's 3 things that we've got to do to make sure that our idea can make money online. And it's really simple. You can do this in 5 to 10 minutes. Number 1, we need to make sure that other people are creating content about this. That's a good sign that other people are looking for content like this. Okay. So if people are creating content and they're putting time and effort and energy into creating content about this subject, I could probably go create some of that too and get a piece of that pie. The next thing we want to look for is competition. Are people selling things about this? Because if people are selling it, there's a really, really, really good chance that I could go sell it too, and I could put my spin on it, and I could do it a different way. So if we can verify that people are putting time and effort into creating content, and if we can verify that people are definitely selling something similar to what I want to do, we've probably got a good product. We've probably got an idea. We probably can go get a piece of that pie. We don't have to get everybody to buy our thing. We just need 100 people to pay us $50 a month, or 200 to pay us $50 a month to make $60,000 to $120,000 a year in our membership. So we can do that. Okay. All right. So let me show you this real quick. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take that book. I'm going to take the fundraising idea first. Becky, did you put your book club idea in there? Well, I don't know about that. Let's see. I don't know where it went. Lost it. Okay. And then maybe I'll do breast cancer resiliency. That's pretty cool. That's kind of, and then I'll do yoga too. Let's do yoga first. We'll do fundraising and then yoga. Okay. And then maybe I can do another one. All right. So I'm going to share my screen if I can pick the right screen here. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm sharing my screen over here, I think. Where did my chat box go? Show all windows. Whoa. Can you see my screen? That's what I want to know. Can you see my screen? How do I get my chat box to come back up? Let me make sure that I did not close out everything real quick. Check this right here. Make this bigger. Zoom. Angela, text me and make sure that I'm still broadcasting and that you can see my screen, because I don't know how to turn my screen share off now because the button disappeared on me. So are you seeing my screen? And is it, let me move Zoom over here. I bet if I move Zoom over here, it'll appear. I just lost everything. Am I still here? Oh man, did I just turn that off? How did I do this? Hold on, wait for it. I will solve this problem. This goes over here. Did I lose everybody? And I can see the chat. Yes, we see you. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to try and figure out how to unshare my screen here in a second. See if you can find me a hotkey, Angela, that does this, because I don't know what's happened. But can you see Amazon? Can you see Amazon? Tell me that. Tell me if you can see Amazon. Well, yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take the fundraising idea, and we're going to go into this and see if I can unshare the chat here in a minute, because my button has disappeared down at the bottom of my screen completely to let me know what I'm doing here. So we'll see what happens. This should be interesting. Tech problems. All right. So I'm going to take fundraising. The first place that I always go when I want to make sure that I can definitely see if someone's putting in work, and I'm talking energy into creating content about a topic, is not a blog or a podcast. It's actually to go look and see if anyone's written a book about it, right? If someone has sat down and put the time and effort and energy into creating a book about a topic, then guess what? It's probably making them some money. So I'm just going to type in fundraising at first, and I'm going to do it over at Amazon, which is a place where there are books, right? And I can see that there are tons of books about fundraising, right? So we're in the ballpark. We're in the ballpark. I think this was Ryan's idea. So there's definitely, not only are there books about this, but there's reviews for the books, right? So people are definitely actually selling, and people are reading. There's a market. There's a appetite for this topic about fundraising. People are putting time and energy in it, and people are putting time and energy into consuming it. So we 100% know that it's worth putting the time and energy into. We can put this out in the marketplace and do it. Now let's narrow it down. Let's just say fundraising for churches, right? Look at this. There is not only a book about fundraising for churches. Linda Wise McNay, whoever you are, and Sarah Matthews, they decided to sit down and put the time, the energy, the effort into creating a book about this. And then people have actually bought it and left reviews, right? So we know now that, yes, there is a market for this topic. We know that it's worth pursuing. And if Linda and Sarah can go out and put the time and effort and energy into it, and they can get the other people to read it and put time and effort and energy into it, then maybe somebody will do the same with my course, with my membership. There's a market out there. There's a hunger for this. Okay. Fearless Church Fundraising. There's a ton of books about this. So we know that a market does 100% exist. A market does exist. Okay. All right. Now, we know it's worth our time and effort. We understand that now, and everybody can do this while we're waiting. You go pull up while you're listening to me. Pull up Amazon, type in your idea, and see if there's other content about it. If someone put the time and effort into writing a book is hard. 1% of 1% ever actually write a book. So if people are doing this, it's worth it. Now we got to see if the money's there. We know the idea has merit. We know that we can put the time and energy into it, and it's worth it. But how do we know that this can make money online? Well, just like the books, success leaves clues. Go to Google, right, and type in fundraising. All right, just Google. No fancy tool, right? All right, one, we see that other people are writing content about it. We still see this time. But here's the number one clue that you can look for to know if money is being made in the marketplace on an idea. If money is being spent, is you find ads. You find ads. You find people spending money to get attention back to their product in the general area, right? Like let's look at this one, fundraising for nonprofits. That would be like fundraising for churches. And look, we've got 4 ads at the very top. There are people spending money in this space. It doesn't have to be your exact idea, guys. It just needs to be close, right? And we see all these different ads. We know that people are spending money to get attention. And if people are spending money to get attention, that means they're making money and they want to make more money. So they are investing back into the thing. So we have justified that people are putting time and effort into this market. We have justified that people are spending money to make money in this marketplace. We know there's competition making money off of these in this industry. We know that people are putting time into creating content in this industry, and we know that people are spending time on these different things. So we know that this idea is worthy of pursuing. Now you just have to put your spin on it. Now you just have to do your branding. Now you just have to do the marketing to get people going. Okay? All right. So let me see if I can unshare my screen again real quick. So I think, let's see. How do I stop sharing my screen, Angela? That's what I want to know. Let's try this. Command-Shift-F. Am I still sharing my screen? Nope. It would be in Zoom controls. I'm going to have to look this up, guys, because I have no option to unshare my screen. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait for it. Let's see. I think I figured it out here. Just got to figure out how to stop sharing. It's down here at the bottom, and I can't see my screen really good. Let's see here. Let's see. I want to stop sharing. If I can figure out how to do that, which is this big red button right here. Aha, I got it. We have figured it out. The technology will never beat us in our pursuit of absolute success and victory. All right. So hopefully that won't happen again. I don't know what happened right there, but I lost my share button. All right. But I hope, let me know if that makes sense to you guys. Did that process make sense? Did it make sense? The reason I can't see the screen, I broke part of my screen. I got 2 monitors. So the part that's broken is where stop sharing is, but I thought it was going to appear over here. So I'm going to have to move some things around to figure that out, and hopefully that won't happen again. All right. So if that process makes clear, it's a really easy, simple way to know if you should pursue your idea, to know if you should do the next step, which is choose your idea and take action on it. All right. So the first step is identifying God-given talents and experiences. The second step is doing a little research. Does the market exist? If the market exists, then we 100% can get a piece of the pie. We just have to put ourselves into that marketplace, right? And now, step 3. This is the most important step. It's the only step that really, truly matters. It's the line in the sand that separates the membership owners that make it and the membership owners that don't. Is once you know you have the talent, once you know you find your experience, right? You know there's something that you can offer the world. And once you verify and you vet your idea and you see that, yes, the market does exist for this thing, once you know, you've got to go. You've got to try it. You have to take action. You've got to put it out into the world. Is it guaranteed? No. But until you actually try it, you'll never do it. You'll never understand it. I was actually watching. There was a new Dave Chappelle comedy special the other day, and I was watching it. And he walked out and he had a book, and he said, "Hey guys, a lot of these jokes are really raw, and I've not really tried them. But the only way I'll know if they work is to say them out loud, is to do the thing, is to bring it into the world. So you have to commit for 90 days at least or something. You got to go out and try something and see if it gets some traction. You got to take a little time to build something out. You got to take a little time to put it out there, and you got to take a little time to see if people will react to it the way that you want them to react, okay? You will not know until you go. You just won't. You cannot research it enough to know if it will work. You can't. You can research it to have a good direction, right? You can think about your God-given talents and experiences and like what you've done, but eventually you got to stop thinking. Eventually you got to stop researching. Eventually you got to say, hey, that person wrote a book about it and somebody bought it. That person did a course about it and somebody bought it. That person has a membership about it. Why don't I? I would bet that the people in that market would like my way better than them. That's not saying my way's better. It's just saying my personality's better. You know, a lot of people that join our community like the fact that we're just a normal couple from Kentucky. Some people like to learn this stuff from a guru up on stage, or a young person in their 20s living on a beach over in Thailand for $8 an hour or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's flavor, right? And that's what you will bring to it when you release it, when you launch it, when you go into the world. You will bring that flavor into that membership. Okay. So that's it. That's all you got to do, guys. You got to think about your idea, research it a little bit, choose it and try it. And if you do that, you will have a chance to go out and build a successful membership site. Okay. Now I'm here to help you. I'm here to answer questions. All right. I'm here to help you guys take action and go to the next level. So if you have any questions for me, I do see 8 questions right now over in the question and A box. So if you want to ask a question, I'm going to give you a few seconds before I start this Q&A. All right. Oh, there's another message. Got messages coming in. We got Q&As coming in. Okay. So I want to make sure that I get everybody's question in. So ask questions now. Once I get to about 12 questions or so, I'm going to go ahead and start answering questions about membership sites, about your idea, about helping you with those things, and then you can do that. So I want to give everybody just a minute to answer their questions. So while we wait, if you'll remember at the beginning of today's training, I told you, hey, I can't teach you everything about memberships. We're going to focus totally on ideas today, but I would show you where you can get some help. So if it would be okay, could I show you what I've been talking about today inside the Flip Your Life community? For those of you who may not know about the Flip Your Life community, can I quickly show you that while we wait for questions? Would that be okay? I'm going to share my screen again. It'll be an adventure to see if I can make it back. But I want to show you guys a little bit inside the community, if that's okay with you, just to show. Pam says that'd be great. Awesome. Thank you very much, Pam. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen again and hope that I'm on the same screen. All right. So Angela, I have no idea how to pull my text up. Tell me if you can see the Flip Your Life community, Angela. And then the adventure will begin, me trying to get my screen back in a second. Okay. So text me. I have no idea how to make the chat box come up. That would be amazing if I could do that. Let's see. Click on Zoom. No, nothing. Angela, text me and make sure you can see the Flip Your Life community. And let's see what she said. She said, yes. All right. All right. So what we do, the way we teach memberships, the way we teach people how to build a membership community to get 100 people to pay them $50 about $60,000 a year, is inside the Flip Your Life community. This is the sum of all of our knowledge from not only building multiple successful memberships, multiple $1 million memberships, but helping literally thousands of people succeed too. It's called the Flip Your Life community. Inside of the Flip Your Life community, we have a training program. It's called the Flip Your Life Blueprint, the Flip Your Life Blueprint, where we teach you every step, not just choosing your idea. We kind of scratched the surface on that today. I have 3 deep trainings on that. Some of you may have seen some of these trainings before, but we also tell you exactly how to go out and find members, how to start and launch your membership, how to build your membership, how to grow and market your membership. And if you want to push it to the edge, how to build $1 million membership of your own. There's over 57 trainings in here right now, and it'll probably cap out around 100. I mean, it would cost you thousands of dollars to buy all of these courses individually, but our members actually get access to all of this inside of the Flip Your Life community. And it's not just a course, like that's not what a membership is. It's a true community. We have community forums inside of the community where you can come in, you can ask questions, you can get answers, you can hang out, and you can chat with one another. We have comment boxes open on every single course so that you can ask questions in real time and get real answers. Our members get access to an exclusive Facebook group where we hang out and hold each other accountable and have fun. So you've got the comments, the community, and a Flip Lifestyle Facebook group. And I actually show up live twice a month with my wife, Jocelyn. You can see here we've got member calls already scheduled here for June. We just did one 2 days ago. We got another one on June 30th where you can come ask questions anytime you want to experts who not only care, but truly understand how to build a membership site. So I just want to show you inside there again real quick. You know, we have the Flip Your Life community area. We got the Flip Your Life blueprint with everything you need. This is the exact process we use to start, build, and grow our business and quit our jobs in 13 months. You get access to all of our community areas, the comments, the forums, the Flip Lifestyle Facebook group. We've got support on call for you anytime you need it. We got a big orange button here you can't miss. And also member calls, 2 member calls a month with me where I can help you to start, build, and grow a membership site of your own. And that's inside, all of that is inside of the Flip Your Life community. So just wanted to show you that. If you'd like to learn more about the Flip Your Life community, you can go over to fliplifestyle.com/go, fliplifestyle.com/go, and you will be able to check all of that out. So I'm going to figure out real quick here. I'm going to hit stop screen. I figured out how to do this, by the way. So it should be there now. And I'm going to jump into Q&A. And let me drop a link in here if anybody would like to learn a little bit more about the Flip Your Life community. And then, Angela, if you could continue to share this after each question that I answer. Okay? All right. Let's talk a little bit now. Let's answer your questions. And if there's any questions about the Flip Your Life community, I will answer those toward the end of today's presentation. Okay? All right. So, cool. All right. Let's go to Q&As. We got, a lot of questions. A lot of questions. I better get a drink of water here because we got some good ones. All right. So, I'm going to hit done here. All right, Yakov asks, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Where are you from, Yakov? That's a beautiful name, interesting name. Why did people start buying your lesson plans and not just use some free online lesson plans or look them up on YouTube? You know why? Because the beauty of a membership is you don't have to look. It's convenient. Why do we go out to eat instead of cooking at home, right? Why do we go to a live sporting? Why do we watch an event on TV instead of going out and driving 8 hours to get somewhere? You know, it's convenient. Why don't we go to every farm and we say, I want my eggs here and my tomatoes here and my potatoes here and that cow milk there? Like, why do we not do that when we grocery shop? No, we go to one store where everything is. Everything's there for me. It's convenient. That's what it is. So that's why people will join a membership. They're sick of looking around. They're tired of looking around. They don't want to dig on YouTube and find a video. They don't want to go out to Google and they can't find the answer and they don't know who to trust. So if you can build a little trust with your content and then they buy into your membership, everything's right there for them. It's a curated place. You know, why don't I fly to Egypt to see a mummy and then I fly to, Montana to see a mammoth bone, if that's where mammoths are? I don't even know that, right? The dinosaur. And then why don't I go to Gettysburg to see, that battle? And why don't I go to this and that? You know why? Because I can go to a museum. It's all right there. It's all right there for me. And that's the power of the membership. You curate the path, the blueprint, the place for people to exist. And that's why they keep paying you month after month. Man, it makes their life easier. You're helping them. You're guiding them, right? Why do we hire a tour guide, right, instead of just exploring by ourselves? Maybe sometimes that's good, but a lot of times we want a tour guide to show us exactly what's happening. It's the power of the membership model. That's why they pay month after month and year after year, is that convenience, okay? So that's why they buy those lesson plans. They don't have to worry about it. They log in, they get Tuesday, they go. They don't have to sit for 4 hours at night hoping that they find something like a video on YouTube that didn't cuss in front of their students, right? Like somebody found it for them. It's all good. All right, Penny asks, I'm thinking about a membership site for breast cancer patients that teaches resiliency. My husband has Parkinson's. Eventually, I will need to take care of him. I want that to be on my terms. Okay, I think that was a why. That's an amazing why, Penny. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't see a question mark, so I'm hoping that was a why. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great why, and we have people in the community who help people with different diseases. We've seen people create memberships around muscular dystrophy. I think so you say that. And then we've had people build memberships around like depression and anxiety. Those are great topics for that. And, you can definitely, there's plenty of people out there that need that support. And if you can provide that leadership, they'll join your membership. All right. Vanessa said, I'm a yoga teacher that is certified in critical incident stress management. Okay. I want to teach people how to be resilient. More resiliency. I want to teach the ability to go to show. I don't necessarily want to teach the kind of yoga to help me with my idea. All right. Whatever you like to teach in that yoga area, other people probably like it too. You're not the only person on earth that loves yoga teaching for that thing, right? And not wanting to do the other thing, right? If you put that out there, you build a community around that, people will look to you as the leader and they'll pay for your membership. Go to the merrymakersisters.com. The Merrymaker Sisters are not gurus. They're not the best yoga instructors. They didn't go to, India and climb a mountain and learn yoga from a, yogi and come back and bring the torch down from the mountain or anything like that. They just said, hey, we love this and we love to do it this way. Our yoga is a little different than everybody else, and we're going to build a community around it. And they've got 700 people paying them every single month, right? Like the amazing amount of money coming in. And all they do is release a yoga video every week. All they do is have a community where they hang out with their people, right? So I see there's tons of people doing these yoga memberships. They just find their click, their thing. Don't shy away from your authenticity, Vanessa, and you will be able to do that, right? So I would say go to places like the merrymakersisters.com, watch the Magician's Hands. How are they building community? What can you do that's similar? How are they building their tribe? How can you do that? And then how can you join their membership? I do that all the time. I join people's memberships and I look at it so I can see inside and see how the gears turn. And then I come back out and I build my own thing. But I can tell you right now, 100% people are creating content about yoga. They are buying content about yoga, and there are ads for yoga memberships and things like that. You just have to present it in your way. You're the difference. You're the spin. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yakov says, how do I create a membership site? We prefer a platform called Kajabi. There's 3 components of a good membership site: a place to host your content, a community where people can hang out together, and a way for them to interact with you. That's like our Q&As that we do every single month. Okay. So you just need a platform that will create that. We have training inside of the Flip Your Life community. That's fliplifestyle.com/go. Click that link and make sure that it works. I'll put it in the chat again real quick. And you can check that out inside. We actually offer a 30-day free trial too, Yakov. So you can get in there. There's some steps before you start building your website. There's some steps way before you start building out your member area that you really need to do first. That's a mistake people make, is they try to jump into the website first instead of like training on how to actually do this. So make sure that you check that out. There's a 30-day free trial right there. I'm going to talk more about that here in just a few minutes. But you can check that out. And I've got a brand new course coming out all about building your membership site in July. All right, let's see. Done there. Let's see. Ariel says, okay, we got that's another building a mindset community for Jewish people. That's good. That's a great idea. That's a great idea for a website. I mean, anything where there's already an existing community, you can niche down and build that into that. We actually just interviewed on our podcast the other day a lady named Jody Moore. And Jody Moore is a very popular podcaster in the Mormon church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right? So I'm not a Mormon, she's a Mormon, and that's her community, right? But what she did, she really goes in on that. She leans into that. Her podcast is insanely popular, and she has over 4,000 people in her community, and she basically teaches mindset to Mormon women. So it's almost the same thing. Like, it's just a different religion. It's just a different group of people, but it's really the same thing. So you ought to check her website out. But that I've seen it. We just talked to her on Tuesday. She was a member of the Flip Your Life community, learned everything about starting a membership. Now she has 4,000 people paying her $47 a month. Now do the math there. It's like $200,000 a month because she runs a membership site. She still has time to stop and pick her kids up off the school bus and hang out with them. So, it's just an amazingly powerful platform, but she's doing something very similar to you. That's the great experience and value that we bring, guys, is Jocelyn and I have literally seen almost every niche imaginable. I mean, nobody on the planet has worked as closely as we have with their members on building membership sites. And we've seen it all and done it all, everything from, farms to, religious groups. I mean, everything in between. And so there's almost, I can come up with an example of somebody that you can look at for almost anything. Okay. Let's see. Scott, how would you create a membership site around fundraising? Okay. So this is a very technical, specific questions, but I'll give it a shot. All right. Your course area should have about 80% of the things you would tell anybody about fundraising. Like, what are the fundamentals? What are the basics? These are the best practices. How do you do this? Right. This is cookie cutter stuff that would work beyond in the industries. Right. And then in your community area where you bring fundraisers together to let them talk to each other and give each other ideas, and they're in different locations, so they're not really competing against each other. They're just talking about, hey, this worked for me. Hey, this worked for me. So you let them talk to each other. And then you show up for Q&As where you talk to specific things like, hey, how do I fundraise in the middle of Southeast Kentucky for a football team where the median income is $28,000 a month and we don't have a Krispy Kreme to sell donuts? Like that's a very specific technical question. And if you haven't figured it out, that's exactly a question I used to have about fundraising for our football team. But like that's how I would build it. I would have a nice training area to teach them the core basics. And then I would create a way where the community could support each other, because fundraising is a lonely job and you hear no a lot. And you need to hear some people that are going through it with you. And then I would do a monthly Q&A where I answered their questions about their organization to help them have ideas and flesh them out. And if you do that, you can charge them whatever you want, because if you charge them $50 a month, Scott, and they come in and they like, hey, I made $1,000 last month from our organization. I mean, would you trade $50 for $1,000? Because I think I would do that. If you walked up and said, do you have $50? If you'll give me $50, I'll give you back $1,000. They'll do it. So if you can prove the ROI through your service, that whole membership would work just fine. Okay. How can you tell a market is too saturated? Amy, I'll give you a simple answer to that. No market is too saturated, because you ain't in it, right? There's people out that, listen, we had a passive income business in the elementary space, dominated market share. We have another website called ushistoryteachers.com, where we have thousands of teachers that follow us there, hundreds of people in our community using our lesson plans. And, when we went into flipped lifestyle, when we started doing what we do now, teaching people how to make money online, people thought we were crazy. Like, that's the most saturated business, right? Like, everybody's teaching that, and we were like, yeah, but we actually do it. And we've actually helped people do it. So we could actually help more people do it, and we should be there. And we went into that space, and you know what? We figured out that some people liked learning from a couple from Southeast Kentucky. Some people loved that our podcast was a husband and a wife working together. Some people loved our accent. Some people hated it. And we just carved out our little space in the niche, right? I have never seen a market that is too saturated if you bring yourself to it and you're authentic and you do your thing. Someone out there wants to hear from you, even if it's the same message. And it's not about the content. You can find free content on anything, guys. If you look hard enough, if you go long enough, and if you try hard enough, everything you could possibly ever teach is somewhere for free. But they can't do it your way, right? You can't learn the Flip Your Life Blueprint anywhere else, the way me and Jocelyn do it, a couple who built our business while working full-time and raising kids. I wasn't some single 23-year-old that figured out how to make money online, and he didn't have to keep anybody alive but himself and his goldfish Pete, right? Like, no, we had other things to do. We had things that were happening. You know what I'm saying? So like that's your flavor. The niche it's not oversaturated. You're not in it. Your personality is not in it. The way you do things is not in it. You just have to be consistent and go out there and be relentless about building a brand. Okay. Jerry says, how do we set up a website? Do you have those tools? Yes, we have a course, a brand new course. We've changed our platform that we do this in. And that's going to be inside the Flip Your Life community very soon. I'm releasing that this week, but you got other things to do, Jerry, before you build your website. We have some other steps that we want people to go through. There's 3 phases before that, that you really need to get right so that you can sharpen your axe before you cut down the tree. Right. And so go on in there. We'll teach you how to make the tools. We'll teach you the best tool. We have researched every tool in the market to build a membership site. And we settled in on the best tool possible, and it's inside of the community, fliplifestyle.com/go. All right. Zach says, slightly off topic from a membership site, but can you sell ideas to specific businesses, or do you need a patent? No, you don't need a patent. Most of your stuff will be protected by copyright. And to be awarded a patent is more on the process, not on the content. Copyright and trademark can protect content and IP, and patents are more for systems and things, how things work, right? But no, I do own multiple trademarks, but I do not own any patents or anything like that. I probably should look into that though. That's a good point there, Zach. Let's see. This is not a question. Oh, Penny says, this is not a question. Smiley face. I love the Flip Your Life community. So much info. That's amazing. All right. Thank you so much for that. Amy says, is there a format or platform that is more successful? Yes. The format of a membership site should be a content area, a community area, and a leadership area. That's how we teach it. We go deep into that in a course that I have inside the Flip Your Life community called the Membership Mindset. And we will teach you exactly the best practice on how to build a membership. And we believe the best platform out there is a platform called Kajabi, and we teach you how to use that inside of the community. And inside the community, I can also get you a free trial for that when you're ready for it and you want to check it out. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to skip a couple of these questions because I'm going to tell you about them, but this isn't really about ideas and things like that and next steps. So Zach asked, is there any advice for getting health insurance when you leave your job and flip your life? Yes, we have a whole course about the basics of business after quitting your job. But the main goal right now is forget all that. Let's get your membership launched. Let's get you finding 100 people making $50 a month. Let's get you to the point where you can make the decision. And then we have a course that will tell you how to get that health insurance, right? So you got to, hey, if you got an idea, why are you thinking about health insurance? Your idea is not even done. Like, right? Maybe it is. I don't know. But you got to build the membership. You got to get some members first. Let me help you do that inside the community. And then we'll talk about, I'll teach you how to find health insurance. I just bought health insurance for our team. I've got health insurance for me. It's actually easier than you think. I've got a course about it, business basics inside the Flip Your Life community. If you want to skip ahead a little bit, we don't drip content. It's all available all the time. But that's a great question. But man, cart before the horse, Zach. Back up the truck. Let's back up a little bit. All right. Love you, man. All right. Let's see here. Let me make sure I'm checking these off. How can I teach math online? We have actually multiple math memberships. We got a great podcast just came out a couple weeks ago by a girl named Kathy Martin, who's been building a math membership for 2 or 3 years, and she's quitting her job. I think this week. This is her last week on the job. She's full-time online. Got another name, Jeff Twitty, who teaches geometry. He's got over 3,000 members up in Ohio. Got another lady named Jeanette Stein, who has highschoolmathteachers.com. She created a membership. She has 6 kids, created a membership inside the Flip Your Life community, and quit her job in 3 months. Jeanette Stein over at highschoolmathteachers.com. We've seen tons of people do this. Basics flow the same way. We got to get your content online. If it's a homeschool site, it's going to look a little different than a teacher site. But we've helped people do that over and over and over again, so we can definitely help you inside. Lindsay says, my idea is to teach entrepreneurs how to write better copy in their business, and I would want to include some kind of access to my handhold and give feedback. My fear is that this place won't be able to scale, and that my time will get eaten up through giving feedback all the time. No, memberships actually take less time because you're able to batch responses than one-on-one coaching. Like, I don't have to block off 2 hours to sit down with one person and then another 2 hours to sit down with one person. In a membership, we have a forum. Okay, if there's 10 questions in there, I can sit down for 20 minutes in the morning over a cup of coffee and answer them all at the same time. Or the beauty of a membership is I don't have a monopoly on all good information, and neither do you, right? And when you create a community of people who are also talking to each other, that's the magic. That's where things happen. Someone will ask a question and you'll log in and 10 people already answered it. And you're like, that's a good answer. I don't even have to answer that one anymore. So memberships actually take a whole lot less time and energy than any other business model that you could have because of the nature of how you can control when you respond to it. You're in control of the membership time. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see, Angela, I think that was typed in the Q&A box. And then the last question I got right now, if you got any more questions, going to do a last call here. You want to ask any questions about the Flip Your Life community. Maybe you want to ask some questions about that. In fact, this is my last question, and it's a pretty interesting one. I'm going to read this out loud. But if you got any more questions about the Flip Your Life community, I'm going to tell you more about it in just a second once I finish up this Q&A about ideas. But if you've got any questions, I'll hang out for a few more minutes and I'll talk to you about that. I want to make sure and I respect your time. I appreciate you guys for coming here today. I hope I helped you settle in and look at your ideas in a different way. But I want to help you start, build, and grow a membership side of your own. So I am going to tell you a little bit more about the community after this question. If you have any questions about the community, go ahead and ask them in that Q&A box right now. I'd love to answer them for you while we're here. I am here live, so I'd love to do that, okay? And then I got a question here that says, I am also a teacher. There are so many resources out there that are free. And I doubt that people will be willing to join my membership. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you something just straight up. You know, I'm pretty famous for not sugarcoating anything. That is a limiting belief. That is a story that you are telling yourself and a narrative that is not true. We have made literally millions of dollars online selling lesson plans that, you know, probably people could find alternatives for free. Multiple millions of dollars in different niches, right? Different teachers, okay? I personally know 5 membership millionaires in the education space inside of the Flip Your Life community right now, because it's not the content, it's the path, it's the curation, it's the convenience that you're selling, and it's the community that you build around your product. People won't leave their friends, right? And it's the leadership that you will provide them. Another question says, how can I advertise my membership business? We don't answer that question until you launch your membership. I have courses about it if you want to go watch them, but there's no reason to look that far ahead. Launch your membership, get it out there, and then advertise it, okay? But we use Google and Facebook. We use search and social marketing. We have a course on I have in phase 6, when you start marketing your membership in our program, we have like 20 or 30 courses that tell you exactly how to market your membership. You'll never have to guess again how to market your membership inside the Flip Your Life community. And yes, you will need a website, but we have a way to set that up as well, okay? All right, so I've got a couple questions here about the Flip Your Life community. I'm actually going to hold off just for a second on those questions, because I want to tell you a little bit about the Flip Your Life community, go a little bit more into depth and tell you about how much effort and time and work has really went into this thing, because I would love for you guys to join this today. And, you know, we're so confident about the Flip Your Life community. We're so confident about how our process works and helping people start, build, and grow memberships. We literally have thousands of people who have went through the program, and so many success stories of people who have built their own income online. I'm going to tell you about a few of those here in just a second. But we know that this can work for anybody, and we're so confident about it, we give you 30 days for free. If you've never tried it before and you want to try out the Flip Your Life community, I'm going to offer it to you today for free. You can try it for 30 days, and it's a massive amount of value for that. You know, I said earlier, we've got over 50 courses inside of the Flip Your Life community right now that take you from point A to point Z in starting, building, and launching a successful membership site. And we have looked and we have went out there and we see other people trying to sell this content that we offer everybody in our membership for one low monthly price. They try to sell this for up to $5,000. We have over $5,000 of courses inside of the Flip Your Life community. And you can try all of them for free right now. We don't drip them. We don't hold anything back. When you join the free trial, you are literally a member of the community. You can come to member calls. You're a part of the family. You can watch any course at any time. You can explore and check it out. And all that's available to you, over $5,000 in courses that you can get access to today for free. We have the Flip Your Life community. You're going to get full access to that if you join today. You can go into the Flip Your Life community anytime, talk to hundreds of family-focused entrepreneurs from all over the world. Me and Jocelyn hang in there. We got a team that runs the forums for us. We got a Facebook group where we all hang out, and you can actually connect, and you don't have to do this alone. We're better together. Community is the difference in a course where someone watches it and forgets about it and never does anything. Community provides that accountability to make sure that you actually go through the process and succeed. And Jocelyn and I do 2 member calls a month. And, you know, it costs $500 just to come ask us a question. Our one-on-one coaching fees are up to $500 for 30 minutes of time. And you can come ask questions twice a month to us anytime on our member calls. And you're going to get access to that today for free if you want that. Also, we've got some new bonuses that we're putting inside of the community. And for anybody here on this webinar today, I want to give you some bonuses. We have an event every year called Flip Your Life Live, where Jocelyn and I go up on stage, answer questions, and it's like a big family reunion. And it costs $1,000 to attend Flip Your Life Live. But I'm going to put all the videos from the past 2 years inside of the Flip Your Life community so that you can go watch them. That's over $2,000 just to even be in the room by the time you get your hotel and everything. That's a $2,000 value that we're going to put in the community too. Plus, anyone that joins the free trial today, in 30 days, it'll renew at $99 a month on our normal monthly price. But just for being here today, I'm going to give you a 20% discount if you renew. So you've got 30 days to try it. I'm not going to charge you $9,234 for all the courses, community, and membership. I'm not going to charge you $1,000 to get in for the year. I'm not going to charge you $99 a month. I'm actually going to give you a 20% discount when it does renew, and I'll let you try it for free. I'm so confident and so proud of what we have created inside the Flip Your Life community. I know when you join, I know when you try it, not only are you going to love it, but you're going to have a great chance to succeed and change your family's future, just like we did almost a decade ago. So check that out. All the courses you need, the community need, all the member calls, all the bonus material, plus that 20% discount. That's a $9,234 value, and you can go get it for free right now. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to fliplifestyle.com/go. fliplifestyle.com/go. We're going to paste that inside of the community as well, and you can try that for free. And I've got some questions about the community that I'm going to answer here real quick. If you've got any questions about the Flip Your Life community, if you're trying to sign up and you're having any problems, you know, some of you may have signed up for our idea course. Well, you were sent a username and password for that idea course. Maybe that's how you got to this webinar today. When it asks you for that username and password, that's what it's going to want to get you to sign up. So you're going to need to put that in. But, you know, you can go to fliplifestyle.com/go right now and click that orange button, and you can learn all about the Flip Your Life community. You can check that out. You can try it out. We got some special bonuses you can add in your cart as you're checking out. And we'd love to have you inside of the Flip Your Life community for 1 month, totally for free. When was the last time you went to a training and somebody gave you something else for free at the end of it? Right? I'm not asking you to buy anything. Go try it. Try it for a month. That's what you've got to do. Remember, number 3, you got to commit and you got to give it a shot. 30 days to set it up. Give it a shot for a couple months and see if you can make this membership thing work. Okay. All right. Pam says, do you have resources for exploring your talents? I've been stay-at-home mom for 23 years. Not sure. Yes, I actually have a really deep 4-part training, 4 45-minute videos. One of them is 45 minutes of me literally by hand helping you find your God-given talents and experiences. I've helped over 3,000 people do this, Pam. I know that course will help you find your God-given talents. You do have God-given talents. You do have God-given experiences. There are things you know that nobody else on the planet knows or somebody doesn't know enough about, and they need your help, right? And they will pay you for that help. You know, we've got a lot of different stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads that have came through the community and found their idea. There's another 45-minute video that goes deep into vetting your idea, and I got a bunch of bonus content in there that's not even available in our free resources on how to choose your idea, how to pick the right idea, and how to get it out there quickly. Okay, so yes, you will 100%. That's the first thing you'll do. You're going to figure out what you want, set your goals. I'm going to help you personally find that idea through our trainings. You can come ask questions at our member calls. If you want to wrestle with 2 or 3 ideas, you can go in the forums and other people, our team will help you do that. And we will help you find the idea that you can take action on and give it a shot to make it happen. Okay. Jim says, do you have any thoughts on subscription box business model? Both involve memberships. Now, that's actually not true, Jim. A subscription is something you subscribe to and get it. When you're a member of something, there are other benefits. There's the benefits of community. There's the benefits of organization, right? Like think about there's a difference in subscribing to the Golf Channel and being a member of a country club, right? So subscription boxes, I would say, would be in our model that fits into the content, like maybe I offer courses, but you offer the box. Like that's the content of your subscription. And I have a paper newsletter that I mail out. So it's more of a subscription service, right? Like it's a paper thing that I mail to them. So I do this. I actually do a physical product through the subscription service, right? Now, it becomes a membership when you add to it. Like if you can create a community around your subscription, like think about HelloFresh and these cooking things. Like they have their own little communities that love to talk about the meals and share pictures of them cooking, that they've created community. They have master chefs that come on and teach people why they chose the box. And they've created community and leadership around the subscription box, the physical product. Now it's a membership. It's not a subscription anymore, right? So yes, that's perfect. That just fits into my pillars of a great membership. That's the content part, is a part of your content that you ship out to them, like my newsletter. And then you have to create some community around that. And you have to create some leadership around that. And when you do that, that's why people pay. Subscriptions, people sign up for 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 months, they're gone. memberships. People stay month after month, year after year. We can definitely help you do that inside the Flip Your Life community. Go to fliplifestyle.com/go and sign up today. Check out those other courses that we do offer to add to your cart as well. We got some great things that we can add on to that. And but inside the Flip Your Life community, you're going to have everything that you need to start, build, and grow a membership of your own, and it will definitely work with a subscription box. Okay, Shane, can you give me a link to some math teachers membership site to explore? Yeah, go to geometrycoach.com, go to highschoolmathteacher.com, and I believe prealgebrateachers.com, and you can look at 3 actual Flip Your Life community memberships inside there. And I can actually talk about a couple more of the people real quick from the Flip Your Life community. I can actually show you a couple of these math teachers. Let me share my screen again, and then we'll go on our adventure of trying to get it off my screen, which has been fun today. All right, so I'm going to click right there. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to move my Q&A box over a little bit. All right, we'll move this down to here. All right, so this is our first math teacher that we actually helped. Her name is Jeanette Stein. She's a mom of 6 from Michigan. And, you know, when she joined the Flip Your Life community, she literally was making pennies. I mean, she says it right here. And, you know, we gave her a roadmap. She followed she's probably the best person I've ever seen following the Flip Your Life blueprint step by step. She quit her job in 3 months. She works from home. Has had some amazing opportunities come her way over the last few years, and has a ridiculously successful membership. And she found the time to do it with 6 kids, guys. If you got less than 6 kids, like, what's your excuse? I mean, come on. And then here's Evan Burse. I told you about him earlier. He's a dad of 4 out in California, and you know, he had been trying to make money online for years. Launched his membership community, made $30,000 in the first month he was launched. Quit his job, and he's one of probably the biggest YouTubers and Facebookers on the planet right now in the art and drawing space. Another member of the Flip Your Life community, Blair Green. She actually is a pharmacist, and she teaches pharmacists how to add services to their pharmacies. She has an amazing membership community where she's making over $20,000 a month. She built it from zero inside of the Flip Your Life community. She's over at farmerpreneuracademy.com. This is something that we do differently, guys. We always add, I show the URLs of our testimonials. These are not random people. You know, these are not stock photos. These are real breathing humans that are in the Flip Your Life community, have worked with us personally. And, you know, and we like to share their URLs when they let us, to make sure, you know, these are real people. People like Jennifer Bradley, another mom from Michigan, got 3 kids, got an amazing husband, great dude. And we had the pleasure of having dinner with them at Flip Your Life Live last year, and just such good people. And again, she started her membership with nothing inside the Flip Your Life community. She's a teacher in the teacher space. She teaches speech therapy, and she has over 1,000 people paying her every single month. Imagine having 1,000 people paying you $50 a month. I'll let you do the math. That's 1,000 people paying every single month for her membership site. People like Chris and Ivy Newport, and we need to update this one. Angela, remind me to do this. You know, when I posted this testimonial from Chris and Ivy Newport, they're from ivynewport.com. She's another art person. You know, she wasn't working for Marvel. She just loved art, and she started creating a brand around that. And they launched their membership, and within 48 hours, they had built a following, and they had 563 members, and they actually almost have 1,500 members now, 1,500 people. Their membership grew during the last couple months of really crazy things happening in the world. And they flipped their lives. They're full-time online. And, you know, I always say I'm reserving the next testimonial for you guys. Like, I mean, you could be on this page someday if you'll actually take action, and you'll actually go try, and you'll actually do the thing, and you'll go make it happen. Like, you could definitely make your way onto this page and be one of our Flip Your Life success stories. Okay. All right. So let me pull back here real quick and see if there's any more questions. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this to go down again. Did it go back over here? I don't know why it keeps going over here. There we go. All right. Stop share. All right. Let's see if there's any more questions about the Flip Your Life community. I'm going to drop that link one more time. Well, can't see it. Nothing but tiny Shane, huh? Well, I tried to get my screen to work. Okay. So let me see if I can pull this over here. I'm going to try this one more time. And let me see if I can show you what I was showing you here. I'm kind of scared too. All right. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I bet you see it now. I bet you see it now. So I went through and I showed you Jeanette Stein here. Jeanette's mother of 6. Her website's highschoolmathteachers.com. Evan Burse, thecartoonblock.com. We got Blair Green, the pharmacist I was telling you about. Her website is Farmerpreneur Academy. These are all real testimonials. Jennifer Bradley, speech therapy plans. All these people, Chris and Ivy Newport, they started inside of the Flip Your Life community and built their entire membership from scratch, everything from zero inside the Flip Your Life community. And that's where they go. So I was just showing you that. Now let's see if I can get back to where I was. Probably not. Got to figure out the hotkeys to do this. I have no idea why when I pull zoom over here, it works. And when I pull zoom over here, it doesn't. No idea why that's happening. Got it. Boom. All right. I got to get my computer fixed. Okay. All right. So we've got the screen working there. I showed you those people. It actually worked. Technical difficulties. See, you don't have to have everything perfect. It ain't got to be perfect to launch and start and promote and grow. You just got to do what you got to do. You got a hand here. And I want everybody that's here with me still, please sign up for that free trial. Go to fliplifestyle.com/go. Really no reason not to. You will have to put your credit card information in for 2 reasons. If one, you want to purchase anything else additionally, it'll be in the system. And 2, we do renew that in 30 days. You can cancel anytime. You have total control over your cancellation. You can reach out to our team at any time you want to do that. So there's no risk there. And also, we really protect our community. Our community is really important for us. We don't want a bunch of free people coming in. You know how the internet is. If anybody uses Twitter or Facebook, you know how people get and troll and do that. And we really want to protect our people by knowing the identity of everyone that's coming in. But we will not charge your card unless you upgrade to one of our programs, buy something else, or when you renew. And you will get that 20% discount if you sign up today when you renew. And that'll be locked in for life. You know, this community that you're seeing today is actually the open beta of our 2.0 community. The last, 8 years that we've been doing this, we took everything we knew and we rebooted the community into a brand new system. And that is what you're seeing right now inside the Flip Your Life community. This is the lowest price that it will ever be. And of course, you can try that and cancel anytime. So there's no risk for there. Okay. All right. So any more questions about the Flip Your Life community? Doesn't look like there are. So I'm going to probably wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that I was able to help you find your idea, think about your idea, and hopefully help you realize that if your idea is in your head, it'll never make you any money online. Like, you've got to try this. You've got to do this. And look, don't do what we did. Don't stumble around for months and fail with tons of trial and error. Don't go out and try and figure all this out on your own. We've literally laid out the walkway that you can go down. We're your guides. We're going to be that lantern holder to light your way and help you get to where you want to be. But inside the Flip Your Life community, we can help you start, build, and grow an online business. We can help you find your 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make your $60,000 a year. If you want 200 people, that'll make you $120,000, and you can go build a 6-figure membership. You can do it around your God-given talents, around your experiences, and we can help you make sure that you stay on the path and going down the right direction. Don't forget, we've got over $5,000 in courses inside of the community that are 100% accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that you can learn and do this at your own pace. We've got a community that's worth over $997 a year. Like, we could charge just for the community. It's so active and it's so good, and we have so much support in there for you. You're going to get 2 member calls a month. That's $1,000 value. That's like sitting down and asking me and Jocelyn a question. There's bonus live material in there. We got 2 full Flip Your Life live events, all the videos. That's 30 videos, $1,997 value. And I'm going to give you a 20% off discount for life if you renew. If you try the free trial today, that's $240 in value. That's $9,234 in courses, coaching, and community that you can get today. Not for $997 a year, not for $99 a month. You can sign up for free. You can try it for 30 days, absolutely for free. And I have no doubt that you will get in there and you will love the program so much, and you will see that it is the path for your family's future, that you will stick around and you will be an amazing part of the Flip Your Life family. We will be there for you every step of your journey, every step of the way. Jocelyn and I love our community. We lead our community. We show up for our community. We may even show off a little bit inside the Flip Your Life community. And I know that you're going to meet a lot of great, like-minded people, family-focused entrepreneurs from all over the world that are going to help you find answers, hold you accountable, and build a business for yourself. So that's, again, flippedlifestyle.com/go. flippedlifestyle.com/go. There is a link to it right now over inside of the chat box. And if for some reason that link won't work, you can go to flippedlifestyle.com/free at any time, and you can find that free trial that we've set up. We've got multiple links. We don't ever want to make sure that any of our links are broken. So I always have a little redundancy built in the system. You know what I'm saying, y'all? But we go to flippedlifestyle.com. Go today. Start your membership today. You've got the God-given talents and experience. You have got the tools to research it to make sure that it'll make money online. And you now have the path inside the Flip Your Life community to start building and grow a membership site of your own. I'm Shane Sams. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. And I cannot wait to see you inside of the Flip Your Life community.